All right, week 14 of very critical information from offshoreinsiders.com. Please, if you do like these free broadcasts, if you're listening on a podcast, please give us a good review at Stitcher or iTunes or wherever. And feel free to share this. We would definitely appreciate it. It's a vote of confidence saying you want more information like this each and every day. Week 14, let's start out with the NFL injuries. We got weather, we got free picks in 3 sports, we got the famed Sharp report. Jets star running back Le'Veon Bell is out, and that's probably some of the most breaking news, at least relative to what his status was 48 hours ago. Raiders running back Josh Jacobs is a game-time decision. He's already has 1,061 rushing yards this year. Texans wide receiver Will Fuller is out, 42 catches for 598 yards. Denver superstar linebacker Von Miller is a true game-time decision, though sources do indicate probably a notch above 50-50 to play. The Pats should have 2 key wide receivers back, though, Julian Edelman and Mohamed Sanu. Viking star wide receiver Adam Thielen is out, 27 catches for 391 yards. And for Monday Night Football, Eli Manning returns as the starting quarterback for the Giants as Daniel Jones is out. Biggest public consensus moves in terms of percentage of bets. Well, the biggest one was actually the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday night, and they came up short. So there's a victory there for the contrarian players. And again, this first category is based on nothing more than the number of bets. A $5 bet will count at the same as a $5,000 bet. The reasoning being, look, most contrarian bettors, they love the guys who are small bettors. They love to fade those picks. And then some would argue, a $10 bet is actually more important than a $10,000 bet when it comes to contrarian information. Baltimore, Green Bay, Miami, a rare underdog getting a big consensus, and Seattle. So again, the theory being, if you're a contrarian bettor, you would at least put a check mark to bet against those teams. Most lopsided bets in terms of percentage of money in the biggest sportsbook liabilities, and this is possibly where the money will move in this direction. Baltimore and Atlanta. Sharp versus square metrics. A lot of sharp money on one side, the square money on another side. The Jets and Tampa. We got free picks coming up in 3 sports. Joe Duffy's picks a staggering 27-13 in the NFL. We've got 11 NFL winners for today. No handicappers dominated any sport in the history of the game the way I have. The NFL been posting my plays, been giving my plays publicly since 1988 on the score phones. 2 NFL Wise Guy plays, the strongest play in the industry. And no, we're not going to forget about basketball, even though it's an NFL day. 3 NBA, a Wise Guy play among them. Joe Duffy's picks at offshoreinsiders.com. Here's some free picks for today. Let's start out in the National Football League. We got weather coming up in a moment. Chargers -3 against Jacksonville. Going with road teams off of a road loss under specific circumstances that do apply in this game. 332, 241, and 11. Anti-splits angle. And again, we like to use the odds makers' knowledge against them. I've told you time and time again, there is no more overrated stat when it comes to handicapping than straight-up record. These teams have the same straight-up record. They also, as far as the splits are concerned, LA's 2-4 straight up on the road, Jacksonville 2-4 at home. Now, home field advantage is worth 3 points. So if you were to look at nothing other than the straight-up record, you would say Jacksonville should be about a 3-point favorite. Well, they're not. Use the odds makers' knowledge against them. We do have one angle that is 61, 44, and 5 that says use the odds makers' knowledge against them, and that would be to go with the Chargers. And a couple of basically a counterintuitive. Anytime you have a counterintuitive line, counterintuitive based purely on the straight up records, more times than not when you go with the odds makers' knowledge, go with the odds maker's knowledge. You are going to win. So the LA Chargers in the NFL. Denver in the NBA. Road favorites off a loss under certain circumstances that do apply in this game. 759, 602, and 21. Subset says it's slightly better if the team we're betting on was not sizzling hot before the previous loss. 692, 534, and 20. And then when we're also fading a team off of a win, 247, 169, and 5 for 59.4%. How about college basketball? And by the way, we do have certainly some sportsbook sponsors. Make sure you do visit offshoreinsiders.com for the most thoroughly vetted sportsbooks. We've got Tennessee Tech plus the 12 against Ohio. This is a system you've been winning with for years. Very high volume. It's based on some advanced metrics from the last game, including rebounds, field goal percentage, etc. 1787, 1449, and 80. Tennessee Tech is your free winner. And those of us who are joining us live on the various platforms, make sure you just listen again from the beginning. We got very critical information, NFL injuries, and more. All right, rain and weather. Tomorrow night is where weather could play the biggest factor. New York Giants in Philadelphia, 81% chance of precipitation. Winds. Remember, once you get above 15 miles per hour, that's fairly significant, especially when it comes to the total. We've said time and time again, weather, most important weather condition is when it comes to wind speed. And once you get above 15 miles per hour, it really starts to affect it. And usually when there's precipitation, but low winds, and if the total drops, usually fading the total dropping is good. But Baltimore and Buffalo today, 17 miles per hour wind expected. Cincinnati and Cleveland, 15 miles per hour. The New York Giants in Philadelphia, 15 miles per hour. We'll be happy to give you free picks all the time. Please just like or, give us a heart if you're watching on Periscope. Share, comment, embed, retweet. And again, if you're listening to the podcast, give us give us a 5-star, give us a nice review. And of course, most importantly, offshoreinsiders.com, the place to go for the best handicappers and most thoroughly vetted sportsbooks.